2023 is over. It went by so quickly. I remember last year when I started doing all my cosplay plans and I wrote down all the cosplays that I wanted to make, and I made a grand total of 0 cosplays from my list. Yeah. Welcome to Cosplayland. I am Alice and I am a full-time cosplayer that spends the whole year making cosplays and just showing you how I make them for your entertainment. This is the first video of the year 2024 and I would like to share with you all my plans and resolutions for the year that probably will not happen because I'm not very good with plans and resolutions, really. The thing is, I've been making cosplays for many years and I have a lot of things that I want to make, but you know, life happens and the new show appears and you want to cosplay the latest thing and you forget that you really wanted to do something else. And yeah, I'm just gonna be telling you what are my plans for this year, so you can just tell me off at the end of the year because I didn't manage to do half of them. But I am gonna try, which is the important thing, and we are gonna have fun together. Last year was great because I did indeed finish lots of cosplays and some of them are truly amazing. I really loved them, but definitely there were a few projects that I had to leave halfway through because of circumstances, or directly I didn't even get to start. And I would like to this year go back, get back in track and just finish or maybe start some of those cosplays that I had planned last year, but I didn't have the time to make. But before I tell you more about which cosplays you will be seeing this year in this channel, let me tell you about my cosplay resolutions, because the reason why I wasn't able to just do all these cosplays in my list is because I didn't really follow a structure and I kind of like got lost around the way, and you know, I'm terrible at planning, okay? I would like 2024 to be a year full of cosplay, but also I would like to be able to not stress myself out, which was one of the main reasons why last year I didn't manage to do many of the things that I wanted and I had to leave a few halfway through because I literally didn't have time to do all the things in my list. So let me tell you more about my 2024 cosplay resolutions first. Resolution number 1, and probably the most important for me, is I need a break. Yeah, I am starting the year with a break, which probably doesn't make much sense to you, but there is a reason behind this. Last year, I worked so hard that I got to a point in which I really couldn't carry on working anymore because I was working all week, Saturdays, Sundays included, morning, afternoon and evenings, and I literally had no breaks. Furthermore, I haven't had a holiday for the last 3 years. So the first thing in my planning was to make sure this year I have time to just take some breaks and just go on holidays with my partner, because it's very important to take breaks, and no matter how fun and how amazing it is to make cosplay, you need to understand that your body sometimes needs a break, and that is why this year, for the first time in forever, I have planned a holiday in which I will not be going home, because you probably will be saying, hey, I saw you last year going to the beach, I also saw you going to Barcelona and just going to places, but let's be honest, those weren't real holidays, because when I was in those places I was still working, I was still doing cosplay, I was sewing while I was at the beach, and when I went to Barcelona, even at the hotel, you will be seeing I was still working. So it wasn't a real holiday, it was a time that I had fun with my friends and with my family, but during that time I was still making cosplays, and I need a full week without a sewing needle in my hand, because this hasn't happened in too long. Fortunately, I have already planned my trips for this year, and although you will see me taking a few holidays, I will make sure to have all my videos and all my cosplays and everything I need to release ready beforehand, so you will be having content even if I am away. So do not worry, I'm planning for that, and this year I'm gonna make it. Resolution number 2 is pretty much the same as resolution number 1, because honestly I did so much last year. I got to a state of burnt out and I just need to take it easy. That's why I have put a rule on my list and my resolutions for this year in which I will try to stop overworking myself, which means this year I am gonna do my very best to not work on Saturdays and Sundays unless I really need it, or maybe I go to a photo shoot and need help and something like that. But I am going to stop working Saturdays and Sundays because honestly it's just insane. You wouldn't like it if you had to go to work Monday to Sunday and then Monday again and to Sunday and Monday to Sunday. That was bad. That was so bad. Of course, this may mean that I may have to slow down on a few things, but I will be more willing to do stuff and I will have all my energies renewed every Monday after my breaks, instead of having to just like get the weeks dragging me and just like committing mistakes because I'm not focused, because I'm so tired, I can't carry on. The reason why I worked so hard and for so long is because I am a full-time cosplayer, so I really need to work in order to be able to just release all the content that I have to release. And even if I was working every single day, last year I didn't even make it to minimum income. So yeah, I had to work really hard to just get here. And honestly, if you can, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, or even if you want to buy any of my patterns. That supports me and it makes me feel a bit relieved, and it makes me feel like I don't need to be working every single hour of the day in order to just carry on doing what I love, which is cosplay. This year I have decided to allow myself a little bit longer to finish those projects, so instead of carrying on doing a cosplay a month, I will still be doing that, but I will try my best to just take it easy, and if it takes longer, it takes longer. If it takes less time, it takes less time. But I will not be overworking myself trying to finish a cosplay by the end of the month. If it's not finished, it will just be released a little bit later. So yeah, I just wanna try to be realistic with the amount of work I can make with the amount of time I am willing to spend working. Resolution number 3 is value my own work, because I have a huge imposter syndrome. Even if I put a lot of effort into my cosplays, my patterns, my rewards on Patreon and everything, I always think that it is not enough, and I always feel like, I don't know, like I feel bad when I have to sell something to someone because I am aiming for such high standards. I always think that it is not enough, and I understand that everybody is in a pinch right now and we are all going through these horrible times in which everything is so expensive, but at the same time I don't think undervaluing my work is the solution. And in the past I've been in trouble for this, and there was this time in which I offered 2 cosplays and a props patterns for £5, and I still thought that it wasn't enough, which obviously led to burnt out. And I want to make sure that this year I am more realistic with what I am offering this year compared to the amount of work that I have to do in order to release all those patterns and all those rewards that I put on my Patreon. This year, instead of offering a bunch of patterns on my lowest tiers, I am going to be more realistic. I am just going to be offering 1 pattern, but with the possibility of joining other tiers in which you can just get extra content and get other things, and maybe releasing some extras exclusive to the shop or exclusive to the higher tiers. I am still gonna try my best to release a pattern each month, but I will be realistic. If it takes me 2 months to make a very complex pattern, I will be just taking the 2 months to release those patterns instead of trying to just offer them all as a bundle in one, just because people are expecting me to just release at a speed which is not realistic. Because as I have said many times, I am a one person doing everything. I make the patterns, I make the costumes, I do the videos, I edit everything, even I do the photo shoots, and it is not realistic to be able to do all this amount of work in 1 month and giving it all away as if it was nothing. Fortunately, this means for me no more rushing for deadlines and no more worrying about if I will be able to release a pattern at the end of the month, because patterns will release as they come, and yes, they may take a bit longer, but at least I will not be working at 4 in the morning on a Sunday. And also I think this will improve the quality, which is always my main goal. Resolution number 4. You are gonna love this one because I want to do more video content. Last year, if you remember, I wasn't able to post anything on YouTube for about 2 months because I was so busy working on patterns and on cosplay and doing things that I literally did not have time to release videos and to edit videos and to make stuff which I really love. This year I would like to take it more seriously, and I would like to aim to release a video every single week. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I am trying my best, so just expect a lot of videos coming your way. I also wanna stick to a day because I realize I've been changing and sometimes I'm late, so I would like to make Fridays the day in which I release new videos. So if you are there and you want to see my videos, make sure to subscribe, because I'm gonna try my best to release a video every single Friday. And it's not only going to be how to make cosplays, I will also be making videos which are related to the cosplay scene, or maybe that I think are interesting for the community. I may be doing some tips and specific tutorials, so make sure to write in comments if there's anything in particular you would like to know or learn how to do. Just let me know and I will try my best sometime throughout the year to just answer those questions. And finally, my final resolution is to do more of what I love. Last year, I made a few cosplays I'm not so proud of, not because they are ugly, just because maybe they weren't so much my type of cosplay or the type of cosplay I would like to be making. So I want to make sure this year I am making things that I really love and characters that I really love, instead of just jumping to things that I may not be interested a month after I made it. You may be seeing some weirder cosplays or some older series coming back, because I think it is important to stay true to yourself and just do the things that you love, because if you don't, they don't really make any sense, and I am not going to be putting as much effort into something that I don't like as I would into something that I really want to make. And I will be showing you which cosplays I really love and sharing them with you, and I really hope you like them. And with this, let's go to the part that you want to hear, and it is which cosplays you will be seeing in this channel this year. Spoiler alert, I probably will not make them all, but it's fun to just think that I will. The first thing you're gonna be seeing in this channel is the making of for Tifa, because if you follow me on social media, you will know that I have made a Tifa cosplay. Yes, it's the remake version of Final Fantasy VII, and not only I've made a Tifa cosplay, I've made 2 Tifa cosplays. So you will be seeing my Final Fantasy VII Tifa remake cosplay first, and also you will be seeing my Kimono Tifa cosplay. Of course, I will also be releasing the video of my trip to Barcelona, in which I entered a competition with these 2 dresses with my best friend Lassen, and I'm just looking forward to show you how much fun we had together and see how much we accomplished in this time. The next stop, if you haven't noticed yet, I am going to be making Yunjin. I haven't made it. It's a store-bought cosplay. And if you saw my latest video about my Doki Doki Lucky Bag release cosplay, this cosplay does not fit me. So, first thing I will be making this year is make sure this cosplay fits me, and I'm gonna show you how to modify a cosplay from a store that you may have bought and it's not your size. And also I will be changing some things I don't like about this cosplay or that I think could be improved, and I will be showing you all that in this channel. If you want to be the first to see this, you should be joining my Patreon. And I have a surprise for you, because my Patreon is going to be free all throughout January, so make sure to join Patreon if you want to see this cosplay. Any new pieces or props I make for this cosplay will be released for free on my Patreon. However, you need to make sure you are a free member or a paid member of my Patreon to be able to enter the mailing list in which I will be sending these patterns for free. Otherwise, after January, you won't be able to get them anymore. Next stop, we are going back to Japan because you really like my series on how I made a kimono, and there were people that asked me how to make an obi, which is that thing over there that you put around your waist in a kimono, and I wanted to make sure I had enough footage of how to make it and also enough different obis to show you to see the difference, because depending on how you are dressing or depending on the occasion, there's different ones. And I will be finally releasing the video in which I show you how to make an obi. And not only that, I specifically made an obi for a character that I love, Chitz from Rurouni Kenshin, and I will be using a real kimono from Japan and showing you how I wear it. This year, finally, after a long break, you can expect more Genshin Impact. Last month, when I finally had time to relax and just spend some free time doing the things that I like, I went back to Genshin and I started playing again, and now I'm looking forward to make more Genshin cosplays, so I really hope that you are still interested in that type of content. One of the cosplays that you will be seeing for sure is Nilo, which is the other cosplay that I bought next to Junjin this winter, and I also have to adapt it, so expect a video about how I just make sure Nilo is wearable as well. And possibly I will be making some prop for her, I'm not sure yet, but that will not be until summer, because I think Nilo is the kind of character you want to wear at the beach in a nice setting, so I will be delaying that cosplay a little bit, but definitely I want to be able to wear it this summer and I want to show it to you. You will also know that Beidou is halfway through and Yayamiko is halfway through. I'm not saying I'm gonna make them this year, but they are definitely in my list and I'm going to try it, so if I manage to finish those, you may be seeing them. And another cosplay for Genshin Impact that I would like to make, and I did indeed start last year, was Great Loru Kadebata, and she is a major spoiler for the game, which I hope you have played, but I'm not gonna tell you, so just she is cool and she is a goddess, and I like her very much. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna finish all the Genshin Impact cosplays, but I'm gonna try. And now for the cosplays that I really want to make, but I don't know if I will have time to finish this year or even if I will have time to start it. The first one is my favorite character ever, which is Chitz. Honestly, I literally love all her cosplays. This year I would like to at least try and make 1 or 2 of her cosplays and just like start getting all those things done, because she really is one of my favorite characters and I think it's been too long since I cosplayed her and I would like to be better this year. And finally, one of the crazy ideas that I have this year that may or may not happen and I may or may not finish is Princess Serenity from Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon. I don't have many cosplays of this series, so I would really like to finally make her Serenity dress, but I would just like to challenge myself and start doing embroidery to make sure all the top part is embroidered, and I have like really cool plans for her, which I am looking forward to show you. But this is a cosplay that is going to take a long time because, as I said, I need to do everything in my hand and I am aware it's going to take several months. I'm not sure when I will start it, but I am surely starting patterning it very soon, and once I have done all the embroidery, which will definitely take me several months, I will be showing you this cosplay as well. Surely this is not the full list, there is already a lot in it, and there will be things that probably I may not be able to finish or that will just appear halfway through the year, so I cannot guarantee I will be making all of these cosplays, but I definitely want to give it a go, and I would like you to be here with me and show you all the process while I make them. I hope you stick around, just make sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see my next videos, and I wish you all a very happy 2024 full of new cosplay ideas. Thank you very much for watching, and I will be seeing you in the next adventure. Bye! Tana, is there anything you would like to see? Really? Is that what you think we are gonna be doing this year? Just as usual, you're still in my seat? Is that the plan?